Hey everyone, it's me Hunter. I'm back at you with another video today. Once again, Thomas and friends, as you can tell, because it is a Steam engine. This one, however, is another one of my custom characters I made. I actually still got to decide on the name, and at least as of recording the video, it may have a name up in in the thumbnail of the thumbnail name of the video. I'm thinking about Ruston, Ruston or Rustus. I don't know. Am I pronouncing that right? I saw it somewhere. Let me see if I'm pronouncing it right. Because I forgot where I saw the name, but I wrote it down so I could, yeah, Ruston. I'm thinking about naming him Ruston, but I'm not sure yet. It's based off, though, however, the model, again, not exact, but it's based off of a Northern British Railway Atlantic. That's kind of what I went for. Again, you can just look it up. Just search, NBR Atlantic, and you'll see something kind of similar to this pop up. Like I said, it's kind of, based off of it. Just mainly big difference is right now the coupling rods. I'm deciding if I want to go to more accurate looking coupling rods or if I want to leave it like how I have them here, because I kind of like them the way they are here. Mainly, I don't want to do all the engineering for that, and by engineering I just mean I don't want to have to go around and dig for the parts, because I like the look of it, and I think a lot of you might say the same. But that's what it's based off of. The idea started out as I built this custom tender a while back, and I just didn't have an engine for it, and I bought another Hogwarts Express. I was originally going to build another known Thomas and Friends character out of it, but I had people vote on Instagram and they wanted me to do another custom engine instead of a known engine. And I went around looking for ideas, and this is the one I came up with, and I really like it. The hardest part about this build was getting this single back here, that truck. It was just a lot of work to engineer originally, because I was going about the complicated way. I was like, well, I gotta figure out how to attach it here. But all I did in the end was, if you had the latest Hogwarts Express, the exact same way they do the front trucks, the lead trucks, is exactly how I did the back one. And the nice part is since the tender's pulling on it, or the engine, whether you back it up, and even sometimes when you push it, you can see it stays, doesn't kink in the track like that. It works. It works very well. It stays nice. And it just covers the, it just covers the look. When you Google the engine, like I was talking about, you'll see it. It makes sense. I think this replicates it very well. But otherwise, to be honest with you, it is just the Hogwarts Express model with a couple changes. The cab, I added a handrail here on the end, and I gave it 2 windows. I actually didn't put any glass in there. I like the look of it without the glass, so I did that. The custom tender, like I was talking about earlier, I put the 73 on there. 73 has a meaning to me. It's actually my roster number for where I work, and this will be one of my engines, just a custom engine. I think I'm going to designate it to actually the fire team on Sodor. My steam engine fleet will be one of the engines that help put out fires. I have designed for a utility or a firefighting freight car I want to build, and I'm going to go ahead and build that. And I was thinking, well, I need an engine for it, and I wanted to design my own engine, like I said, because I had the tender, and I love the look of the tender. And this is the one that came out. If we go ahead and look at the front, you can check out his face. I ended up going with 2 lamps because the image I found of the Atlantic had 2 lamps on it, and I really liked it. And then I was going back and forth about what I wanted to put on top of the lamps, because I didn't want to, like the other engines, they had that kind of standard lamp I've been using for all my engines. At least I call it my standard lamp. I wanted to do something a little different, and I kept the double lamps like in the stock image I found and on the actual set, but I just obviously modified it, bringing the lamps out more to the buffers and adding these little handles on top. I know there's a lot of white in there, so it might kind of... there we go, that's better. But you can just see here, I like the look of it. It looks really crowded. I know At least on camera, I think it does. I was going back and forth, but the other versions I don't like, and I really like this version of the lamps. So that's what I ended up leaving it as. And I think it's okay. I think it looks good. You know, it is my model, so you know, I gotta go with what I like. I gave him the character a shorter funnel, kind of a flat dome. I like the look of that. And as on all my other models, I went ahead and I tiled the top. I also changed the whistle. Really, all I did was just, as you can see, I kept the one from the Hogwarts Express, and then I just turned it 90 degrees. I actually really like the look of that. I think it works very well for this engine. Keeps it, I think, looking sleek. Right here, I went ahead and I separated these two arches out, and then I actually raised them up another plate. I think they look, they just give more character to the engine, you know, make it more pronounced, more detail to it. Something you can kind of you can see it a lot better in person. You can see here I have a red tile here, and if I go ahead and I rotate the engine, red tile here as well. It's just a 1x3 tile in red, and in person it makes a huge difference. It's just kind of hard to see at the angles within the lighting on camera, but I really like the look of it. I think it looks great. And then kind of one of the other features is the handrail. On all my engines so far, they've been that light gray. I ended up sticking with the same handrails. I may switch them out later, but for right now I liked it, especially because I have all these other black kind of handrails on here. I thought it would be okay to leave the red. And again, like I said, because I think I'm going to make this a firefighting engine, and at least here in America, most of our trucks are red, and whenever we think of our fire engines and stuff like that, fire trucks, tankers and all that. So I decided to just keep the whole red look to it. It's fantastic. The wheel arrangement, as you can kind of tell, I've been really favoring the like the 4-4-2s or the 4-4-0s combination. I don't know why. I just like the look of just the two larger wheels and the smaller wheels. But believe it or not, you know, before I do end off the video, and I feel like I'm rambling, but you know, there's not much, you know, separate detail on this engine to talk about, because really, if you own the Hogwarts Express, there's just some slight changes to the model, but I think it still makes a world of difference, and obviously when you look at it from the side, as I've had it, it is a completely different engine. But what was I going for? Sorry, I was talking about wheel arrangements, looks. I completely forgot my train of thought. No pun intended there. But like I said, it's a great model. I love it. I feel like I'm rambling, as I was saying before, but it looks great. I hope you enjoy this model. Again, I think I'm going to call him Ruston. You know, the more I say it, the more I like it. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Is it a good idea, bad idea? I know this is the second custom engine I've shown you. Do you like the custom engines? Do you want to see more of them? Don't worry, I do have known characters on the way for all of those. I know everyone's always asking me for to do Thomas and Percy. Believe me, I got Thomas and Percy are on the way. If you go watch my Troublesome Truck video, I actually have pictures of what they looked like a couple weeks ago. And then, yeah, I promise you, known characters are on the way. Sometimes I just need to stop, you know, because if I don't have all the parts in, sometimes I just want to build, and I have an idea, and I just go for it. But otherwise, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to stop rambling. As I said before, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.